Hi everybody, on Inanda Dam, KZN, South Africa. I want to try and put something together today to just show you a comparison. I can sit in front of my keyboard, or sit in front of a video camera in front of my keyboard, or sit on the bank under a tree and get a 4K video and record myself telling you 16-inch Lowrance unit, FishTec charts. If you're the Muhammad Ali or the sniper or the king of tournament bass angling, this is what you need. You need an HDS 16 with your HDS charts. I can tell you that. I can also show you a lot of videos of, not myself, I'm a terrible fisherman, but of my pro staff guys just hauling out, just fish after fish. I mean, you go onto their videos and man, the guys are doing some really brilliant videos. If you look at Michael Cannon stuff, you look at Brian LePan stuff, those Z-Man videos, those Bass Warehouse videos, brilliant footage. I love watching them, I really and truly do. But what I don't want to see is hot air stories. We want to see those fish coming in. Everybody loves that, but we want to try and keep it honest. You know, like I said to you just now, I can tell you this is the answer, that's the answer, whatnot, or I can get Martin de Kock to tell you this is the best thing since sliced cheese, or any one of my pro staff guys, or even just a customer that uses my stuff to tell you these amazing stories. But you know what, without actually showing you what it's doing, it's got very little value. What I want to do today is I want to pull up onto a place here. This is Ernie's Slipway. This is where the old ferry used to be before they built the dam wall. They used to transport people from the west to the east here to the Nkadi area, and it's been here for a long time. Everybody knows about it. It's a common fishing hole. Back in the day, out here where we are now, there were some really nice big fish and nobody used to fish here, which was lovely, but the guys have cottoned on to that. But they do still come past here. Lucas Stewart from Lowrance in Tulsa, Oklahoma, he's PB in South Africa, bang, right here where I'm standing right now, this is where he nailed it. In a huge storm, waves this size, it was wild here, and he got a beautiful fish here. So this is a good spot, it's a known spot. It's something that you can recognize with the eye. You don't need any electronics. I just want to make this very clear. You don't need any electronics to fish this particular spot here. It's easy to see. It's nothing special. But what happens when the water's right up at the top there? You don't really know what's going on. The water's a bit murky. You can't see. You want to know what's going on. I'm going to show you. I've got the Lowrance running. I've got an HDS carbon 16 up on the front. I'm busy doing a screen recording of that. Unfortunately, the Humminbird that I've got on the front here doesn't have screen recording, but I've got it on 360. It's got a really nice high resolution screen, and it's quite a small screen. It's only a 7-inch screen, but that makes it look that much better because it's got the same resolution as the Helix 9, and they've just compressed it onto a little 7-inch unit. So what you see on the screen should be quite good. And I've got a camera running full HD 1080 video, busy recording it, and we're gonna see something that you don't need electronics. How does it look with electronics? Let's do a comparison. Guys, as we're coming up onto the edge of the slipway here, I don't know if you can see this, but we've got the concrete dead ahead, and then on either side of the concrete we've got these rubble stones, sort of small little rocks about that size, all over the place, to the left and to the right. You'll notice it's a little bit longer to the left than what it is to the right, and you can see the hummingbird can also see those rocks. What's very interesting, what I did like about this, did you see how the hummingbird picked up those fish in the water column? Guys, outside of the water column, you can't see them. It's just not clear enough. But if you look on the screen at the moment, as you can see, it's just down it there. You can see there's a fish there. What I'm going to do is quickly, let me just spot lock this, and I'm going to put a little drop shot onto them. You can see they're at sort of that 3 o'clock position to 4 o'clock position on the 360, and that's where we're going to drop it, just to the right of my 360 transducer. They seem to be swimming around a little bit. Got a little bite there right on the bottom. The drop shot is just off the bottom. You can actually see them on the screen there quite nicely now, but look outside of the water column, you just can't see them. You can see on the HDS, I'll do a screen overlay in this video, sort of on the north side, which is now at the bottom of our screen because we've been using heading up, and we're facing sort of just shy of south. You can see we're on the north side, rocks that come out a little bit deeper. Guys, as you can see from the chart, it is very, very clear to see and know exactly what you're fishing. I'm looking at the 360 now. I'm going to try and clean it up with contrast and sensitivity. These are the best settings that I've received from people on the internet, on BBC. There was one local guy, I apologize, I forget his name now. But oh, did you see that? There's a good fish. Oh, come on. That was a good fish on the 360, eh? Guys, I must tell you, I like this water column aspect of the 360. As you can see from the screen, past the water column, nada. Nada. There's nothing there. Oaks tell me, oof, I see all these wonderful things and whatnot. I don't see it, eh? I don't see it. But fish in the water column, this sort of depth that we're in now, I like it. I really do. What I want to do quickly, I don't know why, I'm going to have to change this bait just now. They don't like this bait. Or it's just me, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to change, I'm going to put the sonar on the HDS. Let's see if we can see these fish on the HDS. Okay, can you see them on the bottom there? I'm going to drop a bait straight onto them now. Can you see the lure going down with the drop shot with a little weight? Okay, unfortunately the boat's moved off it now. The only problem with drop shot fishing and sonar, what we call PlayStation fishing, is you can't, you know, if your lure moves out of the cone, then you miss it. I must admit, I've never seen my lure going down on the 360, but that's not really what this 360 is designed for. Guys, while we're waiting for these fish to hopefully get interested in my bait, oh, there comes a fish. Guys, we're getting a little bit of crosstalk between the 360 transducer and the built-in element on the XI5. That's the transducer that we're using on the HDS. That's just my lure. Let me put it down a little bit deeper. Those fish are definitely back. Look on the 360 now. Can you see them all along the bottom? There they come on the HDS now. Can you see them? Come on. Fish are sneaky, man. I've got such a nice bite there. There's a lot of fish around there now. Missed that bite, unfortunately. Guys, while we're waiting for these fish to bite, I'm going to try and clean that Humminbird up a little bit. Let me see if I can try and fix that up a bit. That definitely doesn't work. Guys, I've turned that contrast down a little bit. I'm on sensitivity 2, contrast 11. That actually looks about the best that I've seen so far. Can you see those rocks just sort of going off at that angle, which is right? Okay, I'm going to hang on to those settings. Those settings look about the best. Guys, the point I'm trying to make here is, regardless of what somebody tells you at the slipway, regardless of what somebody tells you on a video, regardless of what somebody says at the pub, whatever, you've got to see it with your own eyes. You've got to look at it. Look at these lovely conditions that we've got now. Beautiful, smooth, glassy. Guys, I can tell you now, there you go, a little rat. Where's he off to? Guys, Inanda is full of these little guys. Full of them. Jeez, I tell you what, we've got millions of these little rats. Got him right there in the jaw. Nice little Stella 1000 on a little Steez spinning rig. Little missile bait there on a drop shot. I don't know if you're supposed to use it on a drop shot, I wouldn't know, but yeah, check it this out, guys. This is what I'm worried about. I know guys say that there's tons of bait around and whatnot. I'm dying to see them. I've been looking for them, but look at his tummy, man. He's not that full, eh? But yeah, that's the sort of, you know, what you saw on the screen back there. That one we saw earlier was obviously quite a bit bigger, which was quite nice. But he wasn't interested in my bait. Jeez, he guzzled that missile bait. Yeah, there we go. Little guy like that. Plenty of them around. Plenty. Right. You can see on the screen there they are again. Right, let's go and do something else somewhere else. Guys, I think you could see what I was trying to say there. No, you know what I want to do? I want to go up shallower and see if that 360 gets any clearer. Let's have a look. Guys, what we're doing here now is I'm going to try and go straight up the middle of the concrete path up the old ferry road. What we're hoping to see is we can see how clear that chart is. It's crystal clear. Guys, here's the beauty of a chart. This place can get wild. You can have a little baby tsunami come through here. You could have a million of those Vol River boats, those wakeboarding boats. Your charts never change. They always look the same. Some guys argue, yeah, but the 360 is better because something might have changed. Guys, I want to give you a fact. This is a fact. Unless somebody has moved a massive object, you're not going to tell the difference. If a little branch has moved or a little brush pile has moved from A to B, or somebody's hooked it up and dragged it to a better spot because they saw one of their buddies fishing it or whatnot, if that's happened, yes, my chart's not going to see that. It's not going to see that. But I can guarantee you, and I challenge anybody out there in the world, show me that you can do it with a 360. I go on, Baba. Not going to happen. What I want to do is I want to get right on those rocks. Here we go. There we're on them now. You see them on the 360 there? Guys, I just want to spot lock here for a second. And I want to try and clean this, this 360 up again. 1 sensitivity, 11 contrast is about as good as I can get it. You see those little fin marks that you see out on the right hand side there? My 360 head is just to the front and left of the actual motor. So that's why you'll see either the shaft or you'll see the prop every now and again. If it's moving very slowly, you'll see it come up on the 360. Let's go in shallower and see what it looks like. We're in about 13 feet of water now. When we were monitoring those fish in the water column, we were in about 25 feet of water. And that ties up nicely with what I found the other day when I was trawling through here. I was doing a lot of trolling. I was using the new charts that I'd made for the Inanda 2019 update. Guys, keep an eye out on Facebook. That will be coming out early 2019 this year now. It's going to be a great update, so you really want to get your hands on that. Okay, that's the best we can get. We're in just short of 5 feet of water. You can see from the chart, you can clearly see there's rocks over there. You guys can see what I'm seeing on the 360. I'm not going to say it. You guys be the judge. Let me put it to you this way. If I was a sniper and I look through my scope and it boogered like that, I've got problems, but I want a clear scope. Sniper of bass fishing, I'm telling you, you want a clear scope. Not that. Anyway, moving on.